on.
What's going on, everybody? YouTube land, Spotify. What else we got, man? Google, Apple, all of that. Welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with Bros. This is episode number 9. We almost in double digits. How you feel about that, Joel?
Feeling good, man.
Oh my God! As always, it's me and my guy Joel, co-host. We got 30 mil behind the scenes, making sure everything is copacetic today.
What's that?
And as you can see, like I told you all last time, we will have some young ladies on the episode. We have 2 beautiful guests with us today.
You sure?
Y'all want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Tessa.
All right, missionary.
Just a snippet. I am a woman empowerment coach, so I do enjoy empowering women all across the state. Always trying to empower women, lift them up, and just get them to grow and heal and be their best selves. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me to, chat it up with the bros today.
We appreciate you coming. And then to Joel's left, we have...
Hello, I'm Felicia Polo. I'm here with Pastor Polo. I'm one of his praise and worship leaders.
She called you Pastor Polo on the podcast.
On the podcast, bro.
What? I gotta be proud of my past.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyways, I'm one of the leaders at Ebenezer Church of God, and I'm so happy to be here.
Facts.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Joel, you got anything to say before we get into it, man?
I'm ready for tonight, bro.
So let's do the discussion that we was having off camera. Let's just jump right into it. We got a couple of things.
Let's
to
do
discuss.
this.
This is a little unscripted. Actually, before we get into it, I just want to tell you I had an amazing experience the other day. There was somebody who was trying to help take care of something.
Yeah.
And you know how we talk about God being strategic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of eavesdropping while I was doing something for them. They was having an issue. But anyway, they was in and out the hospital talking about God. They were talking to a whole bunch of people on the call. And I just took a piece of paper. I felt led to take a piece of paper. And guess what scripture I wrote down?
What?
What scripture you think I wrote down?
Jeremiah 29:11.
That's right. That's why you're my brother.
Facts.
I wrote that down, and I told them how much their words and their faith, even though it wasn't meant for me in that moment, how it impacted me. And they were so moved. They said, thank you, God bless you. We had a small conversation, and I left that place, right? So today I'm out doing what I do, and guess what? Her son that was with her says, hey, man, I remember you. I was just yesterday. Remember you was helping us out.
Wow.
And the reason why I say that is because when you're in the right place at the right time,
Yep.
unexpected things happen to you, right?
Yep.
There's nothing that happens by mistake. Everything happens for a reason.
Nope. God has a plan.
And that leads me into all of us being here today, right?
Yeah.
We might have planned this out, but I do believe it was meant and designed by God before we even thought about it,
Yep.
for us all to come together with our great minds, personalities, and have an open discussion where we can agree, disagree, and just enlighten people, hopefully.
Facts.
So off camera, we were talking about complimenting your woman, and Felicia said she just now got to the point to where if her man said or somebody said you're beautiful, where she could just take the compliment instead of saying, oh, really,
Not
you think so?
dissect it.
Right. Why do y'all do that?
I think for me, honestly, as I'm thinking about it, I think I do that because I'm trying to be modest. I don't want to seem like I'm big-headed. And I try to take, the humble route. So it's like, oh, you look beautiful. Thank you. I feel like it's just saying thank you. It's like you're bigging yourself up in just a simple 2 words, thank you. That's just me.
You know what? I know where she got that from, because we was growing up in the church going younger, right? Every time somebody say, oh, you sounded good today, or you did this, and we was taught to say, to God be the glory.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We give it right back to that. So that's where that mindset set up. So there's nothing wrong about saying thank you.
But, right.
It doesn't make you big-headed or anything like that.
Well,
Yeah. But now that I'm hearing you say, I'm like, where do I hear her say that? Oh, at church. To God be the glory for everything.
Once this conversation came up, it's like, you know what? I could see that if my husband or someone is giving me a compliment, it gets tiring after a while. It's like I always want to compliment her, but she never accepts it. It's always like, your hair looks nice. Oh, my hair? No, it's da 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 da. And I'm like
Oh, you're saying for the person that's giving the
For the
compliment, it
person
gets
that's
tiring.
giving me, yeah, for the
Okay.
person.
Oh,
That's what I meant.
I was
I'm sorry.
like, I was about
Yeah,
to
The person
say.
I'm
that's
like, wait a
giving,
minute.
it could be tiring for the
Compliment me all day, earned
person
it.
that's giving me the compliment because I never receive it.
Tessa, you accept compliments?
Some. No. Sometimes I do,
No,
but
she does.
I
She does.
definitely no. What it is,
Like, oh, this? Oh.
yeah. But you know what? But for so long, I always downplayed it. Why? Because there were times that I didn't feel my best, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going somewhere. Let me just do something real quick. So when they compliment me, it's like, really? But now it's like when I'm putting myself together, yes, compliment me. If I listen, if I did my hair and I'm looking good,
But what
I'm
Drake
looking
said,
fresh,
sweatpants, hair tie, chilling with no makeup on.
that's fine. Oh, I'm always with no makeup on. Come on, you know. So, but when I know I look good, I definitely wait for the compliments.
Oh,
and
they better be
there
talking.
be times where I don't get the compliment. I'm like, damn, I look damn good today. What happened?
One compliment.
You know? Can I say something?
You know?
Like that? I found that when a woman is in a hurry, well, she just throwing things
At her best.
right? Or if she has short time and she just has to cook up something real quick, like it was last minute thing. To me, it always comes out
The best.
Yep.
To me, it always comes out the best. Like you'll be was in the bathroom for 6 hours and you come out and I'm like,
So what'd you do?
but then you rush and I'm like, ooh.
Mm-hmm. Looking good tonight, girl.
Facts.
Right.
You know, and listen, the ladies, you guys are looking beautiful.
Yes, you look
Thank
good. Thank you again. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
See, fellas, I don't know what y'all hearing out there. We got two women right here that see right away. They get it. Again, we want to thank y'all. We really appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
You guys are officially, I would say officially our first guest on the show.
Oh,
I think definitely clap.
very good. Very good.
And again, like I said, we have some topics we're gonna talk about, but we gotta celebrate too, man. We just reached 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes.
I can't even tell y'all how it feels. You ever be waiting for that exam that you study for,
Yeah.
and then it comes,
That
and you're like,
pass.
yo, I got the best,
Yeah.
grade in the class.
Most deaf.
That's how I feel right now. Don't despise small beginnings. So
Right.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
never.
Very-
Never.
very, very
I actually
proud
wrote
of
that
that.
this week, man.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, definitely. Because as I told you last week, I just released the Redemption brand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm actually enjoying
Yes.
the journey. 'Cause it's
Brother, I
like-
made a mistake. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Wow.
Please, the redemptionbrand.com will be down in the description.
Oh, y'all didn't put that in. Y'all didn't put that in.
It's in the description.
redemptionbrand.com.
It's in the description, y'all, of the last couple of videos, but I forgot to say it. He's representing it right now. 30 mil got the mask. And also, y'all know what it is. Please like, share, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. Like that Redemption. Yeah, most definitely.
Ladies,
Please,
get your
the
drip.
site
I'm
the
telling
site
ya.
is the site is beautiful. I brought some pieces. I was the first customer. He told me.
He was.
That's
he was the
look.
very first.
When your
On paper,
family
he was.
when your family
was.
and friends is doing stuff,
Yeah.
support it, man.
Facts,
Support
facts.
it.
Listen,
Support
man,
it.
It don't cost nothing by sharing a post.
Not at all.
Right.
There you go.
Facts. It
So,
really don't. It really
Y'all
don't.
want to
Well,
move
this
into our
support
first
is
topic?
free.
Oh,
Yes.
support is free. Support
Yes.
is free.
Yes.
But I don't mind financial support either.
Oh, well, we need it in order to survive.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course.
Right?
Yes. Y'all see we got more mics. Y'all see we looking a little brighter today.
Yeah.
Right.
Am I brown skin or am I still black?
He's still black. Still black.
Oh, I'm brown?
So y'all know we have fun on this podcast.
You have to, man.
Like I
Life
said,
is too stressful, bro.
yeah. When I said last week, when we gotta talk about something serious, I like to talk about it in the beginning, get it out the way, because I don't want to linger on it. I always like to end on a happy note or a note where we could go back and forth. But we'd be remiss if we first off did not talk about the verdict and the Chauvin trial. How do you all feel about that?
About time.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a big step towards the right direction. It's accountability.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
I think it's like he said, it's about time. This now in this situation is where I would say justice has been served.
Yeah, but there's a part of me that's asking, man, how many black people have to die for us to get to this point? Why did it have to take that much?
Right.
I was listening to somebody put out a song I forgot who it was. I heard it on Instagram.
Probably Papoose. He does stuff like that.
Yeah,
He was
with,
naming
like,
them.
Yeah.
Probably
all
Papoose.
these- and
He
I'm
does
like,
that. He
it
does
went
that.
on and
Yeah.
on. And there's some people that
You didn't even know about.
I didn't even know about.
Wait,
Yes.
as a matter of fact, I think
Everybody don't make the news.
I gotta talk about Paul again.
Right.
I think Paul sent me a snippet. I think it's called Serial Killer, but it's like cereal. He spells it like cereal that you eat.
Yeah.
But I think that might have been the song. I might be completely wrong. I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
click on it and listen to it. But
Yeah,
that
but
it was Papoose, and actually saying it. I'm thinking serial killer. If he wanted another meaning, he could have been talking about the justice system or police officers being serial killers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. Hey, I'm not saying y'all are. I'm just trying to
Maybe
interpret
that's what he
them.
was referring to.
Right.
I'm always curious, like what women feel. Like I see the women who lose their children, like go crazy because it's like yo, it never stops. But how do y'all feel? I don't know if I've experienced that or.
No, I've never experienced that, but before we got here, me and Tessa and I were speaking, and she was like, yo, Felicia, imagine like, you know, you're standing right there or whatever, and the life of your child, your only child, your first child, your last child, whatever, like the life is taken. And it's like, I have 3 children, three girls, and I can't even imagine. I can't. I would think it's like a part of you is just being ripped out of you. Like you will never see that child again. You imagine the long nights you stayed up with the child, you know, the things that you go through as a parent. And I really don't have the words to say like what these parents are feeling. It just really sucks that that their lives were taken in the manner that it was.
So that leads me to ask you and Tessa about the recent incident with Mikaya Bryant, I believe is how you pronounce her name. For those of you that don't know, it's a teenager out in Ohio who unfortunately was just killed by the cops. And I want to be very fair when I say this. The officer showed up. There was a fight going on. From what I saw in the video, the officer gets out the car. There's a fight going on. I guess he's like saying, hey, hey. To his right, like 2 people fall, and I see a dude kick a young lady. And then when you see the body cam go to his left, he sees Mikaya with a knife with somebody else up against the car. Unfortunately, the background to that story is that she's the one that called the cops. So what I want to know is, how do you feel about that? And also, from an officer's point of view, when you show up to a scene that's chaotic, how are you supposed to decipher when in that instant you actually only have a moment to decide, try to stop them with my hands or taser and this person still gets stabbed and potentially die, or use lethal force?
Yeah.
Okay, so this topic is heavy. It's real heavy, and I say it's heavy because you just had Dante Wright killed. You understand? You have the Chauvin trial going on. So to have now a young girl lose her life, it's almost like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Right.
People are upset, they're sick and tired of it. But when you actually watch the video, okay, he's giving her verbal commands, she's non-compliant. At this moment, she is in imminent danger to the community when she has her knife and she's about to stab this other girl.
Regardless if she called the cops or not. Right.
Regardless. Yeah, because now you're about to commit a crime. And he gave you verbal commands, you did not listen. He gave you a chance. You understand what it, and I'm not saying that her losing her life was right at all. You understand what I'm saying? But he saved this girl's life, the other girl.
But how many
understand?
times have we been in the position where you're upset, you heated? Like,
Right.
are you able to? Because I remember, back in the day, I used to have anger issues, and when I'm there, I blacked out.
Yeah, there's no thinking.
Like
that goes out the window.
So you're talking to me,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter because
Right.
I'm there. But from what I understand from the story, like these people showed up to her house,
Right.
trying to cause her harm, and my
Right.
thing is like, she's defending herself. I
Right.
mean, it's at the end of the day, it's like it's either my life or yours.
Or yours.
So one thing I'm hearing from both of you speaking and from the way I'm speaking, we'll get Felicia's point of view in a second, is that we're not even talking about the officer, because we have to dissect that entire situation, because unfortunately that officer, he made a choice. I can't say if it was the right or wrong choice. All I know is that unfortunately a young lady died.
Right.
How old was she?
16.
16.
16.
Something like that. And to be killed in your yard like that. To be honest with you, to me, I feel like I would have loved this to be the mistake where instead of he took out his gun, he took out his taser.
Well, all right. Yes. But in that instant, with a taser, and at the distance that he was at, from what I've been told and from my knowledge of a taser, is that she still would have been able to go through with
Yes, absolutely.
her act. So the taser
Yes.
would have been, and then that's what
So
it's
then,
a
but why
double-edged
shoot her
sword.
4 times? I think one shot. You shoot
Who's-
her 4 times.
But
and then
who's to say he got her on the first shot?
he shot her 4 times. You shot four rounds. 4 rounds.
Right, but did you
And the
also
way it
see
happened,
the
though,
angle
can I-
of the weapon?
I got it.
You
But
understand?
but can I tell you something though? Because it was so chaotic, he could have hit anybody.
I agree.
To be honest with you, I felt like just the way, again, it happened really fast.
Really?
And
Yep.
because there was so many people around, I think it was reckless. I had to say it had to be reckless because he could have shot not just her. Bystanders, the bullets could have been flying.
So
You're right.
what should he have done?
To be honest with you, I'm not a cop. I
See?
can't say what I would have done, but I think I would have either try to like tackle this girl or try to. My thing is just I really can't sit here and tell you what I would have done because I was never in that situation.
Go ahead, Felicia. Say your piece. You thinking hard. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm just listening to you guys, and honestly, my opinion on this, it's like, what would I have done?
Right, because let's be real, right? Let's break it down, right? We're all black.
Yeah.
Yes.
Black men, y'all know, have been getting killed and stomped out for the longest, and our women are now coming into the fray, unfortunately. So when you see that piece of you that belongs to her because she's a part of our culture, it's filled with anguish and grief and dismay, like you said. How many, right? And then for me, the logic side is like, oh my God, it's like, that's tough. I'm not a cop. I don't know how it feels to say, okay, they're fighting right there, and then as soon as I look up, all I see is someone about to get stabbed. What do I do? How do I stop this?
Well,
To be honest,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Before I forget, to be honest, I feel like no matter what he would have done, he
He'd
would have been
been
scrutinized.
crucified, yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, if
He
he
does
would have
nothing.
used body holds, oh, you can't do that. She's a girl. If he would have used a taser, she's a kid. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You understand? If he
At
just
least
stood there,
people alive.
if he would have stood there and
But how
did
do-
nothing
but how
and
do
she
we
got
know?
stabbed, it's like, how could you be
Right.
an officer and not do anything?
Right.
True.
So
I-
no matter what he did, he would have been
And
crucified.
I don't.
Right.
How long is this video? I'm not sure how long the video is.
I've
the
seen
video that I
about,
saw was like a minute.
yeah,
It's-
like a
it's
minute.
quick.
And my thing is, it's like we're trying to decipher all of this and then just a 1-minute video.
But that's
how
again,
much was in
we
there,
don't
yeah.
know like how badly she was getting stomped out. Like maybe
In the beginning.
2 minutes.
But we
Right,
can't
okay.
we can't see that because it's a
can't.
body cam.
You're right.
Right.
No, but the thing is, the cops wasn't even there. Before,
Exactly.
Because remember,
Exactly.
all these people showed up to this girl's house,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I feel like, I mean, this is just listen. This is just my opinion. This young woman, lost her life, and I know there's gonna be investigations and all that stuff that happens. But I truly believe that these people that showed up to her house need to be also held accountable.
But I believe they
Absolutely.
will for assault. It has to be for
Absolutely.
assault or trespassing, something like that.
Period.
So obviously nothing could be to the extent of poor Mikaya.
Yeah.
Mikaya, please forgive me, y'all, if I'm mispronouncing her name.
Because if they
Yes.
never showed up, she's still alive today.
Right.
Is this a case of maybe she was at fault somewhat? Or is that the debate?
I can't-
Is it-
I'm gonna be
I won't
honest
say
with you,
that.
I can't say she's at fault because I just remember me. Like if I was getting jumped,
They came to her house.
they came to
Yeah,
her
they
house
came
to
to her
jump
house.
her.
I don't know if it shows it. Where'd they find her? Was she in her house? Was
Like,
she already
she was
outside?
Did they ring the
outside.
bell like come outside?
Right, come
I got
outside.
something for you.
And you know what, Tessa? I want her to speak on that.
Yeah.
She spoke about accountability.
Okay, so when we talk about accountability, right?
Yeah.
We have to hold the community accountable
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
look at all these people that were outside during a
Thank
fight.
you.
You understand? You're
Yes.
recording.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
not stopping the
You're
fight.
not stopping the fight.
So it's a big brawl going on, and
the
y'all wait
adult
for the
kicked one of the person.
Yeah.
But
I
and
saw
check this
that, yeah.
out. In some cities, I'm not gonna say which one, you call the cops, they don't show up till it's done.
Facts.
So in this city, how long did it take the cops
Nah,
to get
hold them
there?
accountable. Say
you
that city.
understand?
True. There's adults there, and adults
No.
are not being adults. You know my thing? There's adults there, and adults are not being adults.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
just like they're
They're just
filming.
watching.
That's what we do nowadays, right?
Right.
Somebody's bleeding to death.
And you go, hold on, let me get my
Right.
phone.
I mean,
So-
I understand.
That's
it.
what we do.
I understand it. I understand it to a certain
That's-
extent. You want to have it recorded,
Right.
because these cases, these recordings have helped these cases.
Yes.
But
It
my
has,
thing
in
is,
some cases.
we can't have 10 people
People
here.
recording
Yeah.
and nobody helping.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, who's recording? I am. Everybody else.
Let me
Right.
let me just say this though.
I'm the recorder.
This case, whatever this case turns out to be, is not the same. Y'all might be mad at me.
No.
This is
It's not the
it's
same.
going to be the
It's
same.
not the
It's
same.
And
It's not the
This
same.
case is such bad timing, like
Yeah.
you said,
It is.
with the Chauvin, Dante Wright, all it's not the same for me. No.
And I already said it. I already put it out there. I'm like, you know what? Do not be surprised if he is acquitted of all charges, because I'm telling you, this man was acting within the scope of his training. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's nasty the way everything played out. He gave the verbal commands. She did not stop. Boom, he took action.
Again,
You understand? So
again, if you
it's
received a
different.
call that there's a fight or people in my house trying to fight me, and you show up and the fight is already started, how do you decipher?
Yeah.
Like what would y'all do? Like seriously, because I know y'all gonna watch this. Some of y'all probably mad at the cops. I get it. There's been times I've been mad at the cops too. But if we're gonna be citizens and try to buck the system the right way, we have to really think. If you're in that situation, what do you do? Nothing, because then somebody probably still dies.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave that right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, man. So you talking about accountability? Yeah.
Yes, but you know what? A lot of people complain about, the police
Mm-hmm.
and but if it was a different kind of neighborhood, the police would have reacted this way. We have to understand it is a different style of policing.
Yeah, it is.
It's more community oriented.
Yeah.
So when the police show up, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, Billy, what's going on, Billy? They know these people.
That
In
goes back-
our black
goes back to
communities, the
accountability.
police show up. You don't want to talk to them.
No
Like,
relationships.
for
There's
no
example,
relationship.
I love this panel because we all grew up in Yonkers.
Mm-hmm.
We all grew up in a different hood. You understand? Somebody gets shot.
But the hood though.
Everybody on the block knows who did it, but the cops can't find nobody
Nope,
for nothing.
but everyone knows.
What needs to happen? We're going back to accountability. What needs to happen is, come on outside, Tyrone. We know you did it, but you don't want to call Tyrone out. Why? Because that's Miss Pam's son, and Miss Pam works. She works in the community.
She
down
barely
at the
barely
church.
paying the rent. Need
You
Tyrone there.
understand?
Yeah.
So it's deep, and my whole thing is, y'all want to change the police department? Fine. All of you 18 to 35, apply.
Yeah.
All of you apply, hold study groups, you
Yeah.
all pass, you get 90s and above, you take over that police department. Why not?
Facts. And not just the police department. Get involved. Be
Right.
councilmen. Be mayors. Be lawyers.
Yes,
Get
yes,
involved.
yes.
If we really want to make change in this community, in our lives, in our neighborhoods, right? I'm sorry, but it's not walking down these streets with these signs. It's
No.
not doing
Show
all
up
of
to
this.
the meeting.
be
I'm
honest with
done
you,
doing that.
I learned very early that if you're not in the room, if you don't have a seat at the table, you're just noise.
See,
Right,
that's
yes.
that's so fun,
Yes.
bro. You gotta start reading my mind, bro.
Yes.
Because I was about to say, people get so mad at Jay-Z and the moves he's making. And I'm like, guys, he said at the table so he
He's
could
the
learn
owner.
how they built it,
Yeah.
and then he's gonna leave the room and build a table for everybody else to come and
Fact,
sit at.
fact.
Sit at
But
it.
it takes
time.
It takes time.
And
but then
togetherness.
we all got to get involved. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. Like Yonkers has over 500,000 people living there, whatever it is. Do you know? I think one of the councilmen I was speaking to, she won her election with just about maybe 300 votes, right? But guess what? The total vote I think was 1,100. In a city that has 500,000, we had 1,100 people vote, but then we'll be the same one talking about, oh, they're cutting the school budgets, they're doing this, doing that. You show up to the PTA meetings, we're not represented because we don't come, we don't
Right.
show up, but we're showing up at all these Nikes and Foot Lockers and all of that. We're sleeping overnight for these crazy Jordans and all that, but we're not showing up for the things that
most
matter.
important, yes.
And I find it so funny that when you look at these panels, it's like people, like, let's just use Yonkers. It's people that, like, they're not even from Yonkers.
Right.
yes.
It's like
Yes. Yes.
it's like, yo, where you from? Okay, you don't. Maybe you don't even live in Yonkers, which is fine. You live in Mayaback, whatever.
Oh, you
Then
live in the good side of
the
it.
good side of Yonkers. You don't know anything about what's going on. You don't know the
McLean and them.
demographic. You don't know
Yep.
anything.
McLean and them.
How
Central
are you
Avenue.
making the decision
McLean.
for somewhere you don't live?
And this is exactly what I guess we're saying here is like, get involved. How you gonna let someone come and represent your neighborhood?
Yeah.
When they don't know nothing
They don't know
about the
anything.
neighborhood,
You
and they
know
don't
about
even
it.
live
You
there.
know what it needs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what it
Yeah.
lacks and all that.
Yeah.
Like there's so many like mayors, like you said, mayors, senators, and all that who can just stand in there. Presidents of councilmen, presidents, like that's the kind of generation we need to be raising up right now.
Right,
You're right.
right.
Yeah, that's right. And let me tell y'all something real quick. Few years ago, because we used to hang out at the PAL and all of that, and somebody opened up to me and told me about the politics behind the scenes. And this is what happens, not just in Yonkers, but in every hood and poor neighborhoods. They'll allow us to kill each other. They'll allow us to sell drugs. Listen, with all these CTV cameras and all of that, you
Right.
don't think there no Pookies standing in front of the building for hours selling drugs?
I
Why
hope-
do they let him do that?
I hope
You know
there's
why?
nobody by the name of
It
Pookie out there
brings-
doing this.
It brings property values down.
Right.
Okay.
They'll let you do that for a while.
Yes.
And when it gets to a certain point, what happens? Then
The riverfront.
white folks come in.
The riverfront.
They buy those properties
Word,
for
yes.
pennies on the dollar, and then what
Okay.
do? They kick you out.
Okay.
And then they rebuild. So the thing is, you're playing in your own destruction and you don't even realize it.
Right.
Because of the drugs, because of the crime, because of what we do, right? We bring the property values down and we're not even the ones buying it.
Yeah,
Right.
always
Yes.
always saying is just wherever you're at, just get involved, stay involved. You don't like something, do the groundwork, go around to your neighbors, go around to your family. Hey, look, this is what's going on. We need this petition. We need to show up here. Just like you're all getting together to go wherever you got to go. If you really care about what's going on in your community,
Get involved.
just show up.
You have to get involved. Get involved.